What's up, everyone, and happy Halloween. It's me, CN.TSUKAIMA, and welcome to Fantasy Cross Duels of Nightmare Hallows for Super Powered Beatdown on the Soul Calibur 5 video game. And today's fighters I got here are Alice from Resident Evil versus Selene from UNDERWORLD. I did this video before, way back in 2016, and I did it for Death Battle, and now I'm doing it again for Super Powered Beatdown. And many people, they want to see a fight with Alice and Selene. Zombie Slayer versus Vampire / Werewolf Slayer. And both of them, they fought super creatures in their films. Like Alice fought super zombies and Selene fought super vampires and werewolf. Well, Selene, she's a vampire. Alice, she's a clone because the original body had died in one of the movies of Resident Evil, and then she became like a super mutant zombie, I believe. And for this matchup, if this matchup ever happens, I'm gonna go for Alice because I'm a huge fan of Resident Evil and also zombie movies. And it kind of sucks that they end her story way back in 2017, and I think also with UNDERWORLD. But these two ladies, they fought pretty good, and I see why a lot of people, they want to see this fight. So what do you think about this matchup, guys? And who will win? Alice or Selene? Resident Evil or UNDERWORLD? Which one is your favorite one? Let me know in the comments down below. Alright, I think we are all set, so enough chatting. Let this nightmare battle begin. And before I start this video, if you don't like it, just click the dislike button. It's gonna be not a single problem. If you guys have a Nightmare Hollow for Super Powered Beatdown, leave in the comments and I'll do it for you, and your name will be mentioned on the video with your idea. And please check out my last episode I did. That was the tall man from PHANTASM versus Freddy Krueger. Alright, let this nightmare battle begin. Alice versus Selene. Which of these ladies will win tonight's nightmare battle? Alice from Resident Evil versus Selene from UNDERWORLD. Let the nightmare battle begin. It's Halloween season, and you know what that means. Karen White, she's back again. And who's gonna be her next opponent? You guys decide. Alright, Alice had won in this round, so the first point goes to her. And Karen White had won 5 times in 5 years. And she hadn't lost not a single matchup since 2020. If someone beats her, that opponent will take all her wins. Another ring out and another point for Alice. I really love Resident Evil, especially the games and the action figures. But like I said, if that opponent beats Karen White, that opponent will take all her wins from her last fights. But which is gonna be her next opponent? Help me out here, guys. Sometimes I do miss my old channel. Well, actually, that was my cousin, but I kind of took over and also changed the name. Alright, another point for Alice, 3 points for her, and 0 points for Selene. All those fights I did in that channel, I'm doing it again, but in different, well, section. Like I said, like I did this one for Death Battle, and now I'm doing it again for Super Powered Beatdown. Yeah, sometimes I do miss my channel, my old channel, and I did a bunch of hard work in every video. Alright, Selene had won in this round. 1 point for her and 3 points for Alice. I remember when I played my first Resident Evil game when I was a kid. It never scared me at all because one of my former neighbors had the game, and the one that got me so excited, it was with the zombie dogs coming out from the wall, and that was pretty great. Let me know in the comments, which is your favorite Resident Evil character? Another point for Alice, 4 points for her and 1 point for Selene, and clothes ripped out from Selene. My favorite character in the Resident Evil is Leon X Kennedy, and also Nemesis, and I believe, let me pronounce his name right, Albert Wesker, I believe that's how you say it. Those 3 characters are my most favorite ones in Resident Evil. Another point for Selene, 2 points for her and 4 points for Alice. And for Underworld, well, I'm not really a huge fan of vampires or werewolves, but I do like zombies. The 4th movie of Resident Evil, around the ending when they were fighting Wesker, that fight scene was great. I watch it every single time on YouTube, and I always repeat it over and over because the fight scene was great. Another point for Selene, 3 points for her and 4 points for Alice. Yeah, these 2 ladies are the best fighters of all times in their own films. Now I see why a lot of people they want to see this fight, but also a lot of people they want to see these 2 actresses to make a movie together. But who knows? These 2 movies will always be the greatest. But I haven't seen the last 2 movies of Resident Evil and also the last movie of Underworld. Now we got a tie. Both fighters got 4 points each. Who's gonna take the last one? Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's nightmare winner is Alice from Resident Evil. And there she is. And what do you know? Because she had won on the Death Battle version I did way back in 2016. And she won again on Super Part Beatdown. Yeah, if this fight ever happens in the future, I'm gonna go for this one because I really love Resident Evil and especially zombie games. Because Alice fought super zombies before, like Nemesis and Wesker. I'm not sure if I'm saying the name right. Even I played Resident Evil before, but the other games I never played it at all. But I did see some gameplays around and they were freaking sweet. And that's why I like Resident Evil. And that's why I'm gonna go for Alice on this fight. So who will win? Her or Selene? You decide in the comments down below. Alright guys, it's all for today, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy it. If you did, leave a like. If you want to share it, go ahead, be my guest. Comment, but remember to not leave any offensive comments or saying bad words. If you do that, your comment will be removed from this video. And subscribe to the channel for more fantasy cross duels of Nightmare Hallows for super powered beatdown on the Soul Calibur 5 video game. And please follow my Facebook page, Fantasy Cross Duels. Have a happy Halloween, everybody. Take care and be safe, and I see you next time. This is CN.TSUKAIMA, and he's out in line.